This is the NFL on EA Sports as we join you from Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Just about set for football. Blake Groupie is ready to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville. From the end zone, it's Dearness Johnson. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Hey. Great job.
Now ETN to start the drive. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Another tote for ETN. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Easy. 11.
Straight ahead, ETN. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Hey, Jupiter.
And 4 at the 41-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
2nd and 7. Throwing, Winston. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at them with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara punching it in from a yard away. And the Saints post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Blake Groupie now for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
The score, Saints 7, Jaguars 0.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hey, lie.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
red, on red.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Hey, go.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
11. Here we go.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down. And that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give them a new set of downs. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the counter, Etienne. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Now Lawrence. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Ready?
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they're going to speed things up here. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Winston looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perry. Oh, he goes up top. Touchdown, New Orleans. A.T. Perry, 63 yards. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
kills.
Speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Groupie for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
The score, Saints 14, Jaguars nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the...
And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Saints. A.T. Perry. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Here's Groupie for the PAT. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Saints 21, Jaguars nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
On the return, the Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
On red.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
11,
And I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
That's good for the Jaguars. First down.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
21, Jaguars nothing.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Second down and 6 now. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Miller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
A good running there by Kamara on first down as he takes this ahead for a gain of 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now 2nd and 5.
White.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. The 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Groupie for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Saints 28, Jaguars nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start on the ground. ETN. Alontae Taylor up to make the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run.
Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. He's on his way. And down to the 19-yard line. 106 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville. Etienne once more. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They go play action now. Lawrence on the move to his left. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence steps away to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Lonnie Johnson picks it, and the Saints are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly, but the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming, but that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Ready.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Winston. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now it's Miller running right. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
To throw, Winston. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Intercepted. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, run! Hey, I'm gun. Take right open.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Easy, read up,
At the
24,
35-yard line.
Go!
Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Following the interception, Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Perry. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Ready! Hey, stop! Let me go!
They'll try the right side here with Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Winston now. Flushed out right. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And this one is right down the middle. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
So after the field goal, back out is Groupie to send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big depth. Down the numbers. There he goes. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Lawrence. Flush to his right. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB. Anything more than 1 step, they're going to throw a flag on you every time.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Lawrence escaping the pressure right. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker.
2nd and 6. At the 25-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
6-yard line. Again, 11 on the play.
They're looking to throw this. Winston.
First down.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one a victory here for